The theater.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking for. And this season's still very young. Greg, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. The perimeter pairing with Nembhard and Mathurin. And it's Halliburton in at the point guard. During the pass to Thompson. Off target from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And it's Mathurin missing. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep field. Ivy passes to Cunningham. Now Ivy. Cunningham finds Ivy. Good on the three-point shot.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover. And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements to become a real factor on the floor.
The Pistons shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Well, Greg, we saw in the 2024 regular season that these Pacers actually led the NBA in assists.
Averaging over 30 assists a game. Now that's ball movement. These Pacers really trust one another and love to share the load offensively.
Here's Harris after Indiana gets the 3. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tyrese Halliburton. That is his first foul of the game.
Sit on the foul.
Here's Ivy. Tries a 3 off the inbound.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Some nice passing here by Indiana. And it's Mathurin missing. The Pistons have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Thompson kicks to Ivy. Buries the long-range jumper. Ivy's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Pistons.
Oh, how about the quick thinking by Ivy? I love when he goes right at it with the shot.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Pistons with possession here. And now the Pistons fast break. And Thompson scores it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punch it home like that.
Here's Mathurin. Duran pulls it in.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
They grab their own miss. They kick out to Cunningham. Offline with his 3.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Pistons making a change here. Beasley's checked in. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Pacers 4th.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And, boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on. Understanding the league better, and win. Kevin?
And, it takes time, but nice to see his development. And here's Cunningham. After Obi Toppin was able to get the triple. Harris, good.
Big answer from Harris, and I love it. A legitimate threat from outside the arc.
Toppin, and Indiana, another three.
Real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now, here's Durham. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Showing you the range. Beasley deadly from there.
Here's Neesmith. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Malik Beasley. And Clark, as you watch Aaron Neesmith, he was such a great shooter in college, and it took him a while to find his stroke in the NBA.
And you know what, Kevin? Nothing really surprising about that. Most players struggle to find their game in the NBA, to find their role in the NBA. But Neesmith, he's found his rhythm and his role, and he clearly is dangerous from behind the arc.
Now here's Thompson. Following the miss by Malik Beasley.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
From deep, Bryant. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
A nice shot by Neesmith. Pistons leading by 5. Here's Hardaway. And he uses the glass on the lead.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
And Thompson kicks to Hardaway. Off target from the wing. And so it's Detroit heading to the bench with a 7-point lead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
So far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And now let's send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Benedict Mathurin. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Pacers head athletic trainer. It was confirmed that the ankle did turn and it has significant swelling. He can put very little weight on it right now. Now, this team came into the season with some high hopes. It's not the way they wanted to start things off. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Thompson is up there with Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Beasley in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Detroit right now.
Hardaway Jr. knows his role on this team, which is to provide scoring and leadership.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Walker's got his first 2 points. Schroeder outside. Pass to Beasley. Back to Schroeder. A shot by Stewart with no one around. A three-pointer, no good. Pacers trail by 13. Halliburton passes to McConnell. Jacks up a three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Halliburton. McConnell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here's Thompson. Neesmith covering. Back to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, excellent recognition from Hardaway Jr. to find his teammate there. This guy's an unselfish player.
Here's Neesmith. And a miss there on the triple. Pistons lead by 12. And here's Schroeder. 5 points in the game. And the dunk by Stewart.
And, you know, we all know Schroeder can score now, but they're a nice assist to his wide-open teammate.
McConnell, no good from outside. Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. It's good from Schroeder on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Toppin. Here's Neesmith. Knocks down the 3-ball. Neesmith has got 9. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Simmons and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know. I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Harris comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Ivy's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Turner for 3. It's good from long range. Turner's got his first 3 points of the game.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Count it, good.
And they've repeatedly broke inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
The shot by Turner, no good. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season. And here's Harris from the arc. Here's Duren. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Duren's got 4 this quarter. It's stolen by Cunningham. Inside, it's deflected. Back to Thompson. The Pistons working the ball around now. And slam dunk by Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, like seeing Harris be engaged from there. I mean, refusing to settle for the simple layup. Nice finish.
Detroit leading by 20. Here's Cunningham. Thompson for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. It's going to be on Miles Turner. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 at the line here. And he's good on the second. And he can't make it 3 for 3.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
Ivy, no one around him. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
Jackson from long range. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Ivy's got space. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists tonight. Here's Turner. What a performance for Ausar Thompson. He has been the story for the the Pistons. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back to the action in just a minute.
I don't see the fight. They're getting pushed around. You really see it on the glass.
They need some of that diesel energy in the taking a peek now. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Ausar Thompson.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Mathurin in at the 3 spot.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Pass to Harris. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Halliburton on the wing. Covered by Cunningham.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Pistons leading by 23. Tyrese Halliburton is flat out special part. We say it all the time. He is an absolute machine. On offense.
He really is an orchestrator, a maestro of platinum-level capability. His turnover numbers, outstanding. He's a guy that flirts with the 50, 40, 90 shooting splits and is going to lead the league in assists, I think, the better part of his career going forward. That's how good he is.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Johnson finds McConnell. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feet. McConnell's got 6.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Here's Ivy. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound, Detroit. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Ivy on the wing. Misses the 3. Indiana's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, guys, in this positionless era of basketball, small ball has given way to giants with guard skills. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle said, "We're living in a different galaxy. The skill level of 7-footers is approaching new heights. We just can't say enough about the game as a ball."
talking the other day. What these kids are doing with that size is just mind-boggling. Amazing to see.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scared.
Lets it go from the wing. Misses off the left iron.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Detroit's got the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6.
And this young guy, Ivy, is doing anything he wants right now, dominating in effortless fashion.
Back to Walker. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Now the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And a different look here for the Pistons. Stewart's checked in for Harris. Hardaway comes in for Asar Thompson. Beasley's checked in for Ivy. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cunningham. Now here's Hardaway. 8 points for him. Yep, that one goes. Hardaway has got 10.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from there.
Beasley with Amard covering the putback, and Duran is right there. Gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive play.
It's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else's.
Here's Schroeder following the score by Indiana. Beasley with a clean look. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. 6 points for him.
Well, that's Beasley's shot right there. He loves to rise and fire and knock them down from behind the arc.
Nemhard's shot is good.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. That one goes. Counted.
It's obvious they've taken fewer threes here in the second half and are focused on having a more balanced offensive attack.
For 3, Siakam. Trains it from beyond the arc. Siakam's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Detroit's got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Now here is Hardaway. Neesmith covering. Lets the 3 fly. That one doesn't drop. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a... one-sided affair. Pistons ahead. Just... Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, it's all about physical. It's all about physical. Make sure we're running back. Touch somebody.
Pleading for his team, Greg, to be more physical and aggressive.
Something we hear often from Coach Carlisle, urging his team to play tough and physical.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Isaiah Stewart. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Beasley. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Holland in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Schroeder against McConnell. Rejected by Walker.
An impactful defender. The young forward Walker is good at reading shooters and just stifling their offense.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
A nice shot by Neesmith.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Schroeder passes to Holland. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible. You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Here's Walker. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Sinks the triple.
He's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Toppin, good. And McConnell gets the assists. McConnell's got 5 assists in the game. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. Pass to Stewart. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Nesmith. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Walker. And Andrew Nembhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
This defense has had its hands full with Hardaway tonight. They just can't keep him in check.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. He's feeling it. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Hardaway has got 11 points here in just the second half. Pacers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th. 4 of 9. For 3, Siakam hits the three-point bomb.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
Pass to Klintman. Back to Schroeder. The 3-ball. And the basket by Klintman. Klintman's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Halliburton for 3. Second shot opportunity, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A beast in the paint. Once Turner gets this kind of position, you almost have to whack him.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Pistons.
Guys, they've done everything they can in this one to just dominate that backboard offensively and keeping control of the ball and then converting.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Hardaway for 3, and the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And guys, when you're going head-to-head against someone 4 times over the course of a season, it's a great feeling to snatch that first one. Good in-game adjustments tonight against the Pacers.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Ausar Thompson.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And good that time.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And the dunk by Reed.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Smart accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Schroeder outside. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly
season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kent.
Up next, the Pacers taking on TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA. For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, BA, take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building, plus you wait all off season to see how your team measures up. And now we get to find out.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Nesmith in at small forward. And here's Indiana now after the basket by New York on the other end. Siakam, no good. Now here's Hart. Pass to Brunson. The 3 is up. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
It's gotten to the point where you have to chase to really hurt you from deep.
And the basket.
I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were too.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't.
And that one's good for Brunson.
You know, outstanding start. You've made 3 of your first 4.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Doris Ojiananobi helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away. You can see Turner evolving as a passer. He wants to set his teammates up. That's a pretty look.
And that one's good, Brunson.
He is now 3 for 4 to start this game. Clearly, the confidence is already building.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Brunson misses. The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Pass to Nembhard. The 3. Hart pulls it in. For New York, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall. Brunson finds Bridges. The rebound by Turner.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
Ooh, had a nice open look right there. Bridges has got his 3rd bucket of the night. Bridges.
Getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for New York. All right, let's go to the leaderboard and see the top passing teams last season. Indiana, number 1.
It was a joy to watch these guys play. constant ball movement and player movement. Defenses were worn out by the end of games.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went all in this summer, trading with their rivals, the Brooklyn Nets, for Mikal Bridges. In reuniting a core that won collegiate championships together, they hope to replicate that success at this level. And now with perhaps the league's top defensive wing tandem, they'll have a chance.
A big-time move. Shams, appreciate the report. Now here's Brunson. He's got 9. Here's Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
That to me is about Karl-Anthony Towns carving out position on the interior. Such a pretty play.
18 feet out. Turner, no good. Knicks leading by 5. Hart passes to Bridges. Robinson with it. Outside Hart. From downtown, Indiana with a rebound. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And you know you're going up against a team that has revenge on the brain, besting them in the conference semis last year.
Now here's Bridges. 7 points in the game.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
Here's Nembhard. Indiana again missing.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Kept alive. Hart tries yet again. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Turner.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Payne. Nice form on the 20-footer.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And so we welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And the other thing that's working for them tonight, getting out into the open floor. A lot of the damage coming in transition.
Mikal Bridges is out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Cam Payne. And it's McBride in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for New York starting the second. It's scooped up. Outside for Halliburton. Walker for 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Oh, pretty pass from Tyrese Halliburton. You want this guy running the show.
From 11 feet away. The shot by Payne, no good. Pacers trail by 6. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Another 3 for Indiana.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
Right wing. Here's McBride. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. McBride's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Knicks leading by 8, and Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Greg.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him harder to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
And some changes here for New York. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Achua, and it's Anunoby in for Payne. Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Nembhard comes in for Walker. A new lineup here for Indiana.
Sitting at center.
Johnson against Towns. There's Jackson with the 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Charity stripe shot. McBride can't get it to go.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Walker for 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. The Knicks with the lead. Bridges passes to Anunoby. It's picked off. McBride with it. Jackson in his pocket. Takes a 3. And again, the Knicks missing.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Gets the 3 to fall. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Bridges with it. 9 points in the game. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Bryant, he's checked in for Bradley. Toppin comes in for Johnson. Neesmith, he's checked in for Walker. And it's Shepard in for Jackson. Now here's McBride. He's got 5. And a big finish by Robinson.
You've got to have a great sense of timing on the alley-oop pass. Fantastic finish by Mitchell Robinson.
A nice shot by Toppin.
Obi Toppin.
We've got 1:55 left in the second. One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
Neesmith's shot is off.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it. But you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
And here's Bryant outside. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's McBride. Here's Brunson. Tries again. Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
That's what you call sticking with the play and converting. Jalen Brunson gets to the offensive window.
Pass to Toppin. To the wing on the left. Here's Murphy. Hits the trifecta. Murphy's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Let's go with a 3. And Anunoby gets a 3.
what an answer from OG Anunoby, delivering the three-point shot in response. Wow.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. Here's McBride. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists now in this one.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Murphy, no good. Knicks leading by 12. Here's McBride. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up. So he gets them both.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Up top, Nembhard. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Left side, Brunson. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the New York.